Going live on Feng Shui
Greetings,
Friday with Anita A. and
Geraldine.
all in alignment, creating sacred spaces.
hmm
Boom,
Yay!
boom.
Look at that. Look at us. We are live. We are alive.
Yeah, we're that. And if you're joining us for the very first time, what do we do
Welcome.
here every Friday for the last how many ever years? Hmm.
A few.
A few.
And it's the last Friday in September. Isn't that kind of sad?
Well, yeah, where did that go?
I don't know. I
Yes,
don't even know where this year went.
September's kind of like my best month. And where did it go?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know what
oh.
to tell you. But it's going out the window here shortly. That which just is so surprising to me. So surprised.
Anyway,
You're sitting up and I need to sit up there. Proper posture. Yes.
every Friday we get our topic from the Personal Paradise card deck, Tara Catherine Collins,
hmm
and we talk about everything feng shui. Feng shui. What is feng shui? Feng shui is what is it? It's the study of energy, really,
hmm
and how that energy affects your environment and the study of energy. Well, I'm going to do
Oh,
that.
yes.
Add a
There you
little.
go. You got that already.
Yep.
And, whoops. Oh, and there's one of the cards.
And yeah,
We
and the
don't realize
purpose.
the impact our environment has on us, I don't think sometimes.
Mhm.
I think
Well,
that's my opinion anyway. And it's also one of the reasons we do our 21-day decluttering boot camp. I have to tell you, after our event a couple weeks ago, and the multitude of piles I had in my office, I had to designate 2 days this week, and literally that's all I did was completions, cleanups and completions on those piles of very favorite. I have it down to one stack like this, so I still have a little bit to do.
I still have I still have one. But I had because you and I are, attuned to our
hmm
environment, let's call it that.
Yep.
And so maybe we recognize when things are kind of
hmm
starting to go a little out of balance.
Yes.
So I have to tell you, I've had my three grandkids for 3 days now. This is day four, I think, maybe five. I don't know. Anyways, they come with, stuff and they're busy and last night, I was getting stuff ready for supper. Their uncle was coming over for supper and the after school stuff, and they were doing little activities and Elena, the little one, she wants to help, 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 and
hmm
she's a little demanding, and so I'm got all these things going on, and uh, I had a little moment of my kitchen cupboards were a mess. The dishwasher got started accidentally. There's toys all over the place. I'm trying to get supper ready,
hmm
and I had a little moment of ah.
Chaos.
And then I was like,
Yeah.
this environment, right? The environment. And my feet were sticking to the floor. It was just like, and the pie was cooking in the oven and it wasn't going the right way. And, things just kind of, in a moment, just kind of went like this. And I had to kind of go, okay, guys, Grammy's just having I had to, after supper, after cleaning everything up, and oh, did I freeze?
You did,
Maybe.
but you're back. So,
Okay. Um, and I got everything cleaned up and whatever. I had to wash the floor.
Lord. Yeah.
Like it was just like it was, I
Yeah.
just couldn't take it anymore.
Yeah.
Um,
You do have
so
some
it was,
internet
yeah,
issues
it
this
was,
morning.
oh,
Yeah,
okay.
weird. You're
So it was an awareness again about how the environment has such an impact on
absolutely.
that mental, emotional state, right?
Mhm.
So recognizing that in order for me to feel calm, my environment also had to reflect that.
Yes.
Because when the environment was chaotic, trust me, I was feeling chaotic.
Well, and that was for me in my office. It was like, excuse me, I didn't want to be in my office because it was overwhelming.
Mm.
So I would take a pile, I would take it out to the kitchen island, and I'd deal with it there. And if I needed the one afternoon, I took my laptop outside because it was so beautiful outside. I thought, I'm not going to have many more days where I can work out in the backyard on my device. And I needed to do some
Wow.
scanning for records and things like that. So I would literally carry my laptop into my office, do the scanning, and then go back outside just so that I could have that calm environment around me.
Mhm.
Today it feels much better.
Mm.
I have my whiteboard for the days of the week and it feels good to wipe off, but it was full the beginning of this week and it feels good to wipe off lots of the stuff that was on there. So, and I know we're not the only people that are busy, but we do recognize that. And that's one of the reasons we started the 21-day decluttering boot camp because we know the power of our environment and the effect it has on us. And your story, Anita, with the house is perfect because so many people are so busy with their kids and their lives and everything going on. We don't realize, we don't take the time to stop and realize how impactful that environment is.
Right. Yeah, and that it can be the reason why you're going and being a, you know,
100%.
freaky mom.
Yeah,
Um,
100%. 100%. Okay, so I finally have cards because you could see me
okay.
bending down and disappearing there as I was picking them up as they were hitting the floor. We have four of them today.
Ooh.
So it's funny because the first one that came up is desk number 28.
Okay, because we were just talking
We
about
were
it.
just talking about it. Then number 10, sound makers.
Mm.
Number 11, water features. And then number 4, crystals. And it's funny, I know why crystals came up because I was going to talk about Silver Cove's Rock and Gem show.
What number is that one?
4.
Okay.
Because
Well,
even that environment, so I went the other night for ladies' night, which was so much fun. Shout out to Rebecca and Melissa. So, Rebecca, we built anxiety bracelets based on different stones that help with anxiety. She took us through some breath and movement awareness exercises. And
hmm,
then Melissa taught us about pendulums and how to use pendulums. And then
cool.
she talked about saging and clearing energy. So it
Hmm.
was a really, really enjoyable evening. So shout out to both of them, and they have lots of workshops going on this weekend. So I am not surprised crystals came up. When we were talking earlier about environment, for me, the crystals speak to me. They speak, I mean, their energy, they're calling for your attention. And areas like that, or even going down to Silver Cove, I need to put a little bubble around myself because I get inundated with the energy from the crystals too. So you may find yourself the same way that some places you walk into and it's like, whoa, that's a little bit much on the energy field for me. There
Yeah,
are things you can do.
I'm kind of dense that way. I really am. I
Well,
don't.
you're not dense, but I'm just sensitive, and I know it now.
Yeah, I'm not as sensitive as some. How's
Hmm.
that? Yeah. I'm just, looking. I've got this little bowl here that I keep on my desk because
Hmm.
desk is the first one. And, I have a little collection of crystals and whatever in there. And I'm just pulling up this little guy here, this black one, because actually, um, and it has to kind of ties into the sound makers, but this little guy here.
Hmm.
uh, I believe is the shungite, or it could be, is it tourmaline? Is that
or
the other
or obsidian.
obsidian? That's the one I was, yeah, tourmaline, I think is tourmaline black as well?
Yes.
Yes. So it could be one of those three. Anyways, it was interesting because I was doing a little sound voice code
Oh.
on one of my grandchildren.
Mm-hmm.
And it suggested for him, because he is very sensitive to other people's energy and energy in the environment,
Mm-hmm.
and it suggested that he have a tourmaline that he keeps in his pocket when you were just talking about putting a bubble of energy around
Mm-hmm.
you. And so I thought that was really interesting, and that his energy, um, he needs to ground himself,
Mm-hmm.
but that he's very sensitive to energy and he picks up on other people's energy.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was really cool insight.
Yeah,
Those voice codes are pretty darn amazing.
they are.
And he listened to his personal voice code last night, and he had a great sleep.
Oh, awesome.
So it made a huge difference. So anyway, so I keep these, little gems on my desk,
Mm-hmm.
and they also help to mitigate those EMFs
Yes.
that, pick up from our computer screens if we're spending a lot of time here. And it's fun just to grab one and just, put it in your hand and
Mm-hmm.
feel the energy of them. And
Well, it was interesting the other night having Melissa talk to us about blessings and clearings, and shungite came up because when she, what is the word she want that she used? Grids her house.
oh,
So on
yes.
the four corners of her house, she places shungite and in the rooms because their energy in the house is their energy in the house. She doesn't want everybody else's energy coming in. She doesn't clear every day because the intention, again, it's that intention. The intention is set with these. But for her teenage daughter's room, as an example, her teenage daughter grids her room for her energy. So that, like Melissa says, mom's energy isn't overpowering her in her space. So there's that respect of space there as well. And I thought, oh, that's very interesting because when you think about the kids coming and going to school, so now you've got three grandbabies at your house that are at three different locations today, coming back into the house,
Right.
they're bringing all of that with them. So if your house is gridded and you set the intention to block that energy at the door, it's not as likely to stick to them as they're coming in the house. So you can still clear the energy of individuals. There was one lady that was clearing her energy, her smudging her house every day. To me, that's a little bit overwhelmed, so I did recommend Focus Life Force Energy for her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
but everything is energy, and I think when we wrap around our heads, when we can get our minds wrapped around the fact that you go out and you mix and mingle, and your grandkids are the perfect example. So they're in two different classes. Are they at the same school, the boys?
Same school, but different classes. Yeah.
Right? So they're amongst 20 or 30 other kids and other teachers. And then your granddaughter is at play school. So she's amongst other kids. You're doing things, you're at amongst other things. Your son, who came over for dinner last night, spent his day doing other things. So all of that is also converging on your house at the same time and may have been a factor in everything, not just the toys and all the chaos, because your house is normally very calm and serene.
Mhm. Yeah, there was just, too many piles of stuff everywhere for
Yeah.
me, and it was affecting me.
Yeah.
I don't know that it was much of that energy coming in because, we do have that beautiful bubble of
Hmm.
energy from Focus Life Force Energy around the house. But yeah, anyways, I love it. So yeah, the desk. We know why it came up because you and I both are
Yeah.
clearing, completion. Because we had a lot of things to complete after our live in-person event. And we are, for those of you listening, Sharon out there and Cindy, we already have
Mm-hmm.
some foundational things set for next year, and which is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So that feels good. And yeah, just having that space now on the desk so that we're moving forward into our 21-day decluttering boot camp. And then, of course, whatever else is coming our way.
Well, we have Thursday night, which is going to be fun. Thursday afternoon.
Yeah, because we're making room. We're making
Yes.
room.
We're making room, and it doesn't take long for that space to fill up.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think the sound makers came
Yeah.
up just again for that quantum sound therapy.
Mm-hmm.
I know at our women's event, we gifted 20 voice codes, and most of the people have, grabbed their gift.
Oh,
Some of,
good.
some of them still have not. But that takes me into the water feature, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
if our bodies are 80 percent water, and I know one of our speakers, I believe it was Virio, that had brought up a slide about Dr. Emoto
Yes.
and the experiment with water. So it's just about being more conscientious that the water that we drink, we can imbue it with our own sound, right? Tones make a huge difference. The words that we speak to the water,
Mm-hmm.
even just drinking a glass of water, you can just say, I'm so grateful that I have clean, beautiful water to drink. Um, that this water is of the highest frequency and matches the frequency of my body. That's your sound, that's your intention. You can imbue that water
Mm-hmm.
just like, stones and crystals can imbue energy or help that energetically. So yeah, I think that's really cool that that all just kind of ties together, and it's just about being a little bit more intentional. And then
Mm-hmm.
in your home, of course, if you do have a fish tank, if you have a water feature, um, you can again imbue those vocal tones, your voice, your gratitude, your energy, and you can shift the energy of that water.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting is we have the water feature at our back door for outside, and then we have three different bird baths around the yard. So Rod was so excited last night because he was filling the third bird bath from the with the watering can, and one of the little birds literally sat on the watering can as he's adding water to it.
I'm waiting.
Motionless. Rod's like, "Oh my God, it was so cool because here I am, arm outstretched, watering." And he just came in, sat there. Thank you. Thank you. Because when we look around, especially in our neighborhood, it has been so dry. There is no standing water for the animals. So I've been very adamant that daily these bird baths are filled and it's entertaining. And I have to say, of all the birds that come when it's bath time, the most entertaining are the blue jays because they get their comb wet and they look like Kramer from Seinfeld and they're shaking and they're fluffing. It's just wild to watch them. But they'll take turns. There'll be little birds on the bird bath with the big birds, and yeah, nature is so enjoyable. But there isn't a whole lot of water out there. So if you do notice that you've got nature around you and they need something, put out some water. They'll appreciate it. And you'll get the energy from them. And I think that's one of the reasons I love spending time in our backyard is because that energy is always shifting, it's always fresh, it's always invigorating for me anyway.
So it may also be because the water feature for you, I
Mhm.
mean, we're moving into October next week,
Yeah.
right? So this might also mean um, where can you bring that water feature indoors for
Hmm.
you? And if you're spending a lot of time in your office, maybe it's to have that little water fountain feature on your desk.
Yeah.
And you could put it in your wealth and prosperity area, right? So
Hmm.
that we have that anchoring of that constant flow, that constant reminder that we are in flow,
Hmm.
um, and that, there's this circulation, right? Because energy moves in a circle or a cycle. There's always, there always has to be an exchange of energy.
Hmm.
It's that saying of what you put out there comes back to you. It's that kind of thing, right? So water features or water itself shows us that in nature. It shows
Hmm.
us that there's a cyclical movement, that it's constantly moving, changing, in flow. And if we're 80% water, ooh, let's connect to that energy and let's connect to it. You know what? I might have to find myself a water feature to put
Yeah,
on.
I was just thinking that myself because my last one, the pump on it went. So, good idea. And it actually helps with the humidity in your home as well
And
because
I
it
was
can
just
get
going to say that
very dry.
if you find that you're
Yeah.
thirsty all the time, your environment actually could be, draining some of that physical
Hmm.
energy, that water. And you may need to, we've heard us talk about the five elements a lot of times. Bringing in that water helps to balance maybe some of that wood energy that's been sucking up too much of it.
Hmm.
Or, maybe there's too much earth energy. So again, bringing that little bit of water into your environment, and again, that's why we put on these feng shui eyes.
Exactly.
Notice what room or where in your home that you're feeling maybe thirsty, or
Hmm.
you're not feeling that you're replenished, or you're not feeling that in the flow. It may be a little energetic indication that you need to bring in a little water element.
Love it.
Hmm.
Love it. Great insight. And your skin and your body is going to be talking to you as well. For sure, because the water uptake when you're thirsty. All right, do we want to talk numbers?
Sure.
What do you get with our cards?
I got a number 8.
So do I. Yay! Well, as
Mhm.
always, and you all had the opportunity of meeting Marilyn if you had joined our event. Refer to Double Digitology. Marilyn Harper, Joy Roby, and by the way, the 1010 is coming up. So, and I think that was a special offer that she had for attendees.
Hmm.
So you could check that out. I don't remember all the details on that. Anyway, the number 8, according to Adironda. The 8 is one of those wonderful numbers. 8 is the shape of the 3 completed. It is in balance, even though it can still roll about. When the 8 is out of balance, it means that you really get to focus your energy in your financial house, your spiritual house, as well as your physical belongings. When it is in balance, it still represents infinity. It represents the focus of being a good steward of the world, a good giver or service provider. It is truly balancing all of those worlds into the source of God, or not to be redundant, source. Standing upright, it is an archetypal image. Laying sideways, it is an archetypal image of infinity. The 8 is a constant coming and going, incorporating a constantly shifting frequency. Didn't you just say something about the cycle of water and the constant shift? Like you really can't make this up. Too funny, Anita. Ah, I love it.
Maybe. I love that book. And I know some VIPs got that book as a present. How cool is
Yes.
that? Yeah. Something else I want to share, because this is kind of exciting, something new for Cheryl and I. Um, International Feng Shui Guild members.
Yay!
Yeah, so being recognized and accepted in this beautiful community of our peers, right?
Hmm.
So, yeah, Cheryl and I, International Feng Shui Guild members. It's a
Whoa.
shout out for us. Yeah, because again, we're constantly growing and changing and shifting.
Hmm.
And number 8 reminds us that, we have to have balance in there. There's that little bit of balance, a little bit of
Hmm.
work, a little bit of play.
Little bit of flow, little bit of calm.
All right. Comments. We got all these beautiful people joining us this morning.
Nice.
Kathy from Alaska,
Good morning.
Erin. She loved the swag box. It was chocked full of so many useful and fun gifts. Yay.
Yay.
Kathy and Gail. Gail, are you at the Rock and Gem show? I think she must be because she's saying, come to the Rock and Gem show. And
Nice.
Cindy, our beautiful helper, that
Oh, Cindy will.
our helpful people.
Yes, 100%. 100%. Well, thank you all for joining us. Next Friday will be the
What?
first Friday of the month, which means card readings.
Ooh,
Hmm. What
oracle
do the cards
reading.
have to say about you, for you, to you?
Hmm.
Interesting. Very,
Always,
very interesting.
always fun. We
It is
won't
fun.
we won't have Marilyn joining us, but we'll be back to our regular scheduled program with
Well, maybe we
Rex
have someone else join us.
and Cheryl. Well, you know what, Cheryl, you are a great channel yourself, and
Thank you.
so yeah, we don't always have to look outside ourselves. Sometimes we already have it within. Little wink there.
Sometimes.
Oh yeah, and you know what else I have to quickly say? I know why the 8 came up too. Remember that receipt I showed you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've
So
had a few nudges.
the number 8 this week has been showing up. So I went grocery shopping because I have to have snacks. My granddaughter calls them knacks. Um, and food to make stuff. And anyway, so I go through the till and the receipt, it added up to $88.00.
Yeah.
Uh, there was something that happened with Cheryl, and the receipt was 8811 or
Hmm.
something like that, right? Anyway, so the eights have been popping up for us this week. So yeah, not
Well, and
surprised.
then I did that little feng shui or that live video for Silver Cove the other night.
Yeah, that
And I
was for.
had, when I looked at the next morning, I had 444 views. It's like, oh, it's just entertaining. I love it.
It's fun when you start to recognize how the energy is showing up for you in different
Hmm.
ways. So,
Exactly.
guys, we hope
Exactly.
you have fun with us on Feng Shui Friday.
Hmm.
We'll see you next week for Oracle card reading.
Yes. And we'll drop the link in. I say we generally because it's always Anita that does it for the 21-day decluttering boot camp because that starts this Wednesday. And this is the perfect time of year to maybe look at that drawer, look at that closet, look at that filing cabinet. For me, it will be looking at the garage and the garden shed and the plant pots and my storage containers outside. Because, yeah, you can only well imagine those of you that were at the event and saw all the centerpieces. My backyard needs a little bit of attention. Clean up. A
Yeah.
little bit of energy work.
Yeah. So, yeah, join us if you want to have accountability. We are going to keep you accountable.
Absolutely. Have a
Okay.
great week, everybody.
We'll chat with you later.